From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
The Bozeman Fire Department recently received a federal grant which could have an effect on this year's ballot. I'm Edgar Cedillo and explain what that money will be used for.
It's too expensive to house Department of Corrections inmates in county jails. I'll tell you what Butte officials want to do about it.
I'm Tom Buchanan. Tickets for Montana Millionaire go on sale in 1 month. I'll bring you what's new.
Already it is 6 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. Jane McDonald and Matt Owell with you, and halfway through the week already. Yep. I'm halfway through my coffee and it's still not hitting quite right yet, Matt.
I'm on number 2.
What?
Yeah.
Usually I'm the one lapping you.
I know,
I gotta catch up.
Nope. I needed it this morning. It was a rough one to get out of bed this morning. It's not that it's cold or bad. I think it was just so comfortable with the windows open and the light breeze.
It was lovely.
It felt great. Temperatures right up there until the 2:30, 3 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
Temperatures holding into the 50s and 60s. It is a warm start to the morning. We do have a little bit of cloud cover moving in, the leading edge of a cold front moving through. If you're expecting rain, you weren't watching us. It looks like we're going to be pretty dry here for the next 7 days. Very stable weather pattern. Temperatures may be backing off a little bit here for the next day or two, but we're going to creep back up into the 80s by the end of the week. I'm going to talk more about our rain chances, the shift in our weather pattern, and much more coming up here in just under 10 minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Well, in the upcoming election, voters in Bozeman will be asked to pass a levy to raise up to $11.6 million a year to pay for new firefighters and police officers. As MTN's Edgar Cedillo reports, the city just received a grant that could save taxpayers money should the levy pass.
The Bozeman Fire Department was awarded a $4.1 million grant by FEMA. They say that this money will be used to hire 12 new firefighters.
We need to get to your emergency as quickly as we can.
Stephen Time is a training captain for Bozeman Fire. He spends his work training the new firefighters.
We need to have what's called effective force, and that's people.
The multi-million-dollar FEMA grant comes as the city is asking voters to approve a levy that would pay for the salaries for 25 new fire department staff members, 30 police officers, and 8 Bozeman police support staff members. The grant will pay for some new firefighters.
The FEMA will cover 100% of the salaries for those 12 firefighters for 3 years.
Bozeman Fire Chief Josh Waldo says that the department receives the grant money in March.
Roughly just over 6 months to recruit and hire and get those folks here ready to start.
Waldo says that they will staff a quick response unit for smaller calls and then get a head start on hiring for the proposed 4th fire station.
So 6 for the quick response unit. The other 6 would be the head start on fire station number 4.
Waldo says that the public safety question on the ballot will not change. If voters approve the measure, the city says that the average property owner will see a reduction of about $132 for the first 3 years.
We will see in the first 3 years of the mill levy, if it's successful, a different number, a lower number because of this grant. What that number is, we're still trying to calculate through that.
The levy will be on the November ballot. In Bozeman, Edgar Cedillo, MTN News.
And for the first and likely last time, the vice presidential candidates went head-to-head in roughly a 90-minute debate hosted by CBS News last night. GOP Ohio Senator J.D. Vance and Democratic Minnesota Governor Tim Walz took on a number of big campaign issues, with Election Day now just 34 days away. CBS News' Jared Hill has more on some of the night's biggest moments and new reaction from New York.
A handshake set the tone for a mostly civil debate. Vice presidential candidates J.D. Vance and Tim Walz, in their first meeting, sparred over top issues like Iran.
Iran is closer to a nuclear weapon than they were before because of Donald Trump's fickle leadership.
When was the last time that an American president didn't have a major conflict break out? The only answer is during the 4 years that Donald Trump was president.
The economy.
Teachers, nurses, truck drivers, or whatever. How is it fair that you're paying your taxes every year and Donald Trump hasn't paid any federal tax in the last 15 years?
Donald Trump delivered for the American people. Rising wages, rising take-home pay, an economy that worked for normal Americans.
And gun violence.
We unfortunately have a mental health crisis in this country.
Sometimes it just is the guns. It's just the guns.
At times, the discussion more tense, like this exchange over the 2020 election.
Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
That is a damning non-answer.
While talking immigration, Walz challenged Vance over his past comments about Haitian migrants living in Ohio.
That vilified a large number of people who were here legally.
The people that I'm most worried about in Springfield, Ohio, are the American citizens who have had their lives destroyed by Kamala Harris's open border.
In a new CBS News poll, debate watchers said the tone was generally positive. 42% thought that Vance won, while 41% thought Walz won. The rest said it was a tie. Though more said they think Walz is more prepared to be president. Walz also ranked higher on abortion and health care, while Vance got the edge on the economy and immigration. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
And both vice presidential nominees are back on the campaign trail today in crucial swing states. Senator J.D. Vance will be in Michigan, while Governor Tim Walz travels to Pennsylvania. And it's costly to house inmates in Butte's already overcrowded jail. MTN's John Amy tells us how the Butte Sheriff wants to get more money from the state to house Department of Correction inmates.
The state pays county jails, like this one here in Butte, $82 a day for each Department of Corrections inmate it houses. But the sheriff here says that's simply not enough money, and he'd like to see the state start paying more.
This isn't something that we're trying to be unreasonable, but we do want to call attention to the fact that it's costing us more to house these inmates than we're being reimbursed by the state.
Butte Interim County Attorney Kelly Fivey will be asking the county commissioners to approve the sheriff's request to seek $110 for each DOC inmate in custody. This also could help with the jail's overcrowding issues.
What our hopes is, if they have to pay full cost for an inmate that is technically under their charge, they might as well just come get them and put them in their facility.
The Montana State Prison also is dealing with overcrowding. So many inmates that have already been sentenced must wait in county jails until more room opens up in a state facility. The sheriff says he understands this is a state problem and he's not trying to be difficult.
Even if it passes, I don't expect any drastic changes. I'm not going to drive a bus of inmates down to the Montana State Prison and demand that they take them.
It is the Montana State Legislature that ultimately sets the price it will pay county jails to house DOC inmates. Fivey said by getting the county commissioners to officially approve the request for more money, it can give the county the option to recoup that money later.
If we can recoup the money that we're spending right now and recoup that $28 a day, that's going to help our taxpayers. And maybe that's a road or a park or a new police car or whatever.
The jail has just over a dozen DOC inmates among its more than 120 total inmate population. The jail was originally built to house 72 inmates. In Butte, John Amy, MTN News.
And Fish, Wildlife and Parks is investigating an incident involving people joyriding in the Big Hole River, where trout are known to spawn. The agency got involved after seeing this video taken from an anonymous bystander showing at least two side-by-sides driving into the river at the salmon fly access site in Melrose last Saturday afternoon. It's against the law to drive motorized vehicles in Montana rivers and creeks. Fish biologists are concerned because the Big Hole River has been struggling with low trout numbers lately, and this is a spawning spot for brown trout.
The brown trout are just getting ready to spawn right now, and that is a known spawning area. I think last year there were over 30 reds right there off of the boat ramp, right where they were driving. And they're just getting started spawning now, but specifically from a fish perspective, that's a really bad place for that to be happening.
As of today, no citations have been issued and the incident remains under investigation. And in September, we brought you news that the Montana Department of Health and Human Services will retain an out-of-state for-profit company to provide childcare services previously provided by several regional nonprofits. The news rattled daycare providers who rely on the Butte 4Cs for essential training and licensing requirements. The Butte 4Cs reported they would have to lay off 6 employees. Today, the organization announced a gift from a private family foundation that will save 2 positions while also helping daycares in the area.
It's exciting to be able to continue to provide crucial services to the child care providers that we have served for over 35 years. The Wisner Family Foundation found us, and they came in because of the outpouring of support from our child care providers. So it's an honor and a privilege to be able to continue to serve them.
The funding will go towards daycare provider training for infant, toddler, and preschool courses, as well as free training for first aid and CPR classes that are necessary for daycare providers. And feeling lucky? Well, Montana Millionaire tickets go on sale in 1 month. The popular lottery is making some changes, meaning more tickets for more chances. MTN's Tom Buchanan breaks down what's new for 2024.
We are officially 1 month out from Montana Millionaire, and with 500,000 tickets being sold this year, it's the largest Montana Millionaire yet.
I think we like it just as much as our players because it's just exciting. We prepare like all year from January 1st until November 1st.
In its 18th year, Montana Millionaire will draw from a pool of 500,000 tickets, or however many they sell. But if last year is any indication, those tickets will likely sell out within a few hours. Last year's tickets sold out in just 5 hours, the quickest ever.
People are usually lined up by 5:30 in the morning. We're encouraging people to get there earlier. We're also encouraging businesses to open a little earlier just to help with the crowd.
This year, there will be 4 $1 million grand prizes announced on December 26th. Additionally, there will be one $250,000 winner, 2,300 $500 instant winners, and 4,500 $100 instant winners. Tickets cost $20 each and go on sale at 5:30 a.m. on Friday, November 1st. Tickets can be purchased at participating stores and Montana Lottery terminals.
The more millionaires we can give out, the better. But yeah, it's just a really exciting time. It's a nice Christmas present.
Reporting in Helena, Tom Buchanan, MTN News.
Well, and the Montana Millionaire, I mean, that sells out, right? Every single year
almost. Every year, yeah.
Whoa.
I have yet to win.
Well,
but then again, I've yet to buy a
Matt,
ticket,
maybe.
so
okay. Well,
that would probably explain a lot.
You got to help yourself, Matt, before you can put something like that out.
I know.
All right, maybe this year's your year, Matt.
It might be.
Feeling lucky, it's in 1 month.
I feel retirement coming on.
All right, let's do it. Oh, no, wait, what does that mean? Oh, boy.
I'm going to win, that's what it means.
Okay, that's something we'll deal with when it comes our way. But first, before it does, we know that Christmas is right around the corner. So many people eager for the holiday seasons to come rolling around. So let's skip Halloween and Thanksgiving and get right to your shopping list.
Okay.
Because a lot of people already adding to cart when it comes to giving things to their loved ones. And I am here to give you the latest on what just might be on the top of those lists. Now, we have a singing Moana doll. There's Lego sets that are super popular. Okay, this surprised me. Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
That doesn't surprise me.
He's making a comeback.
Yeah, my kids are totally into Stitch.
I
don't know
guy.
what happened, why all of a sudden we're back.
Well, there's a new movie coming out
explain.
featuring that little 626 alien. So little new revival for Experiment 626. Lots of people getting happy, getting their shopping on. There's the little dude. How fun.
All right. I'm sure there'll be a Stitch somewhere in our house.
Oh, yeah, look out. Hopefully not the Lego version, so you don't have to step on it or something.
No, that's typically what happens.
Ah, jeez. Youch. Ouchie.
Yeah.
All right. Break coming your way here on Montana This Morning. When we come back, look at your forecast. Top stories coming your way. And insulin prices and drug prices in general have really been in the spotlight recently. And now the FTC has filed a lawsuit. We're going to get into that story coming up after the break.